Welcome to Sitcom Trivia Quiz from Quiz Zone Adventurer. Are you a fan of classic sitcoms or more modern ones? Either way, you're in the right place. Get ready to put your knowledge of the funniest shows on television to the test. We've got a series of challenging questions about some of the most iconic sitcoms of all time. Before we jump into the questions, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Are you ready to test your TV series knowledge? Let's begin, but be careful, there might be spoilers for you. Let's start with the first question. In The Office, can you name the character played by Steve Carell, Michael Scott, or Jim Halpert? The answer is Michael Scott. Michael Scott is considered one of the most iconic television characters of all time, and his catchphrases and pranks have become part of popular culture. Now let's see if you're a Friends fanatic. What is the name of Jennifer Aniston's character in Friends? Rachel Green or Monica Geller? Now of course, it's Rachel Green. Did you know that Rachel Green's iconic hairstyle was actually a result of Jennifer Aniston cutting her hair short for another role, and the producers loving it so much they wrote it into the show? Time to test your Friends knowledge again. Who is the main character's best friend in Friends? Joey Tribbiani or Chandler Bing? The answer is Joey Tribbiani. Joey was originally written as a womanizing player, but Matt LeBlanc's portrayal of the character as a lovable, clueless man-child was so successful that the writers rewrote the character to fit his portrayal. What about How I Met Your Mother? Can you name the character played by Jason Segel, Ted Mosby, or Marshall Erickson? Marshall Erickson is the correct answer. In early drafts of the show, Jason Segel's character, Marshall, was actually going to be played by Neil Patrick Harris. Now, let's take a break from sitcoms and switch it up with Frasier. Can you name Frasier's father in the show? Martin Crane or Niles Crane? And the answer you're looking for is Martin Crane. The role of Martin Crane was originally offered to John Mahoney's good friend George Wendt, who is best known for playing Norm on Cheers. Who's ready for a trip down memory lane with Cheers? Can you tell me who the owner of the bar is? Sam Malone or Rebecca Howe? Sam Malone is the owner, and the bar used in the exterior shots of Cheers is actually called the Bull and Finch Pub. Our next question is a real throwback. Who played the role of the quirky and lovable neighbor Steve Urkel in the classic sitcom Family Matters? Jalil White or Reginald Vell Johnson? And the answer is Jalil White. Steve Urkel was portrayed by Jalil White, and he quickly became one of the most popular characters on the show. Here's a question about another classic sitcom. Who played the uncle in the beloved show Full House? Danny Tanner or Dave Collier? The correct answer is Dave Collier. He played the role of Uncle Joey, the comedian of the family. Alright, let's move on to a question about one of the most popular sitcoms of all time. What is the name of the coffee shop where the guys from Friends hang out? The Roaster or Central Perk? And the answer is Central Perk. Central Perk is the famous coffee shop where friends hang out and have many of their memorable moments. Now, what was the first sitcom to air on television? The Honeymooners or I Love Lucy? I Love Lucy is the correct answer. This groundbreaking sitcom, which starred Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, first aired in 1951 and is considered one of the most influential sitcoms of all time. Let's move on to another sitcom. Which famous actor played Dr. John Becker on the hit sitcom Becker? Ted Danson or Kelsey Grammer? Ted Danson, best known for his role as Sam Malone on Cheers, starred in the hit sitcom Becker from 1998 to 2004. What is the name of the main character on the hit sitcom The Big Bang Theory? Sheldon Cooper or Howard Wolowitz? Sheldon Cooper is the main character of this sitcom. This character, played by Jim Parsons, was a socially awkward but brilliant physicist and was widely considered to be one of the most memorable sitcom characters of the 21st century. Okay, here's an easy one. Where do the Simpsons live? Pasadena or Springfield? Springfield is the correct answer. The creators of The Simpsons chose the name Springfield as the hometown of the Simpson family because it is a common name in the United States and they wanted the show to be relatable to a wide audience. Which of these actors plays the role of Frank Reynolds in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Danny DeVito or Michael Douglas? Danny DeVito is the name you're looking for. Danny DeVito has received critical acclaim for his role as Frank Reynolds and has been praised for his comedic timing and character development throughout the series. In the popular sitcom Friends, which character famously utters the phrase "We were on a break"? Is it Ross or Rachel? The line "We were on a break" is said by Ross in the sitcom Friends. Friends was one of the most successful sitcoms of all time and continues to be popular in reruns and on streaming services over 2 decades after its initial release. Before we dive into the next question, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. By joining our community, you will be the first to know about all of our latest and greatest content. What is Michael Scott's favorite joke line from The Office? That's what she said. Or Beers beats Battlestar Galactica? The correct answer is, that's what she said. Michael Scott's catchphrase, that's what she said, has become so iconic that it's still used by fans of The Office today, more than a decade after the show first aired. Which character becomes a wanted fugitive during the final season of The Office? Is it Dwight or Creed? And the correct answer is Creed. After becoming a wanted fugitive, Creed fakes his own death, only to be discovered living at the office in Ryan's old closet. On to the next one. Which sitcom opens with a shot of the main character heading down to the fishing hole? King of the Hill or The Andy Griffith Show? The Andy Griffith is the show you're looking for. The Andy Griffith Show follows the antics of the sheriff of the idyllic town of Mayberry, NC. It opens with that famous shot of stars, Andy and Opie heading down to the fishing hole, set to some of the catchiest whistling ever. What was the most watched episode of Friends? Is it the last one or the one after Super Bowl? The one after Super Bowl is the most watched episode of Friends. The 2-part episode that aired after the Super Bowl in 1996 was the most watched episode of the series. 52.9 million people tuned in to watch this episode. What is the name of the popular NBC sitcom that revolved around the life of a struggling comedian? Seinfeld or Cheers? Cheers is the correct answer. Cheers was set in a bar in Boston, Massachusetts, and ran for 11 seasons from 1982 to 1993. Let's make it way easier. What is the name of a comedy series that followed the misadventures of a paper company in Scranton, Pennsylvania? Friends or The Office? The Office is the answer. The Office originally aired from 2005 to 2013 and became one of the most popular American sitcoms of all time, known for its unique mockumentary-style format and quirky humor. Which beloved sitcom followed the life of a quirky and dysfunctional family that includes a politically incorrect father, a loving and hardworking mother, and 3 children? Frasier or Malcolm in the Middle? And the answer is Malcolm in the Middle. The show's success led to the creation of several international adaptations, making it one of the most widely adapted sitcoms in the world. Which character on The Big Bang Theory suffers from selective mutism? Stuart or Raj? Raj is unable to speak in front of women outside his own family due to selective mutism, unless he's drunk, in which case he says very inappropriate. Which Everybody Loves Raymond character had a bedwetting problem as a child? Is it Deborah or Robert? And the answer is Robert. Growing up, Robert thought he had a bedwetting problem, but it was actually Ray pouring water in his bed while he slept. And the last question for today's quiz. How does George Costanza's fiancée die in Seinfeld? From juicing a lemon or licking envelopes? Susan Ross, George's on-again, off-again girlfriend and later fiancée, dies from licking cheap, toxic wedding invitation envelopes George bought during their engagement. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Sitcom Trivia Quiz. We hope you had a great time learning about some of the most iconic sitcoms out there. Comment your score down below from 1 to 25 and send this video to your friends to challenge them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss a new quiz. Until next time, happy trivia hunting!